UberEats and not giving us our gratuities. I want to say that UberEats, what just happened to me tonight, I almost don't want to do this job anymore, ever. Not for you, not for anybody. Because the way you have it structured is just straight up discriminating drivers. And Grubhub the same way. Before it wasn't like this. We could say, well, I could go and work somewhere else. I think today and what just happened, I feel as if I'm on my last nerve. I have thick skin. I know that it is just one call. But what Uber Eats did and what the customer did together was a combination of how this industry is really not where it should be. And when the Dow Jones is going down 500 points, Walmart, you're losing money because you have Uber Eats picking up your pickups, but they're not giving the drivers their share, not the delivery fee, not the gratuity. But the thing about it is no one's calling them out on it. No one's stopping it. We call them up to suggest. They do the complete opposite. That's everything. Television, government. But Uber Eats right now, I think, crossed the line in being professional. We're here to do a job. We go to the restaurant. We pay gas to go to the restaurant and to deliver the food to the customer. We do the job. It's not about if the customer deems or doesn't deem if everything is a perfect drop-off. It's just so funny because the tip is up front. It's a matter of how much the food costs. It's not what you think you should pay the driver at the end after the driver did their job. That's what you're doing. Customers, you're discriminating drivers. I'm going to call Nicole out on this call, and I'm going to, rather than put this on Twitter, I'm going to put this call out on YouTube because I think, Nicole, you crossed the line of how you treat a driver. The tip is 15% of the call. That order was about $150. The tip on that call was $22 on that call. If it was $100, it was $15. There was a lot of food. It was 3 bags of food and a drink. I did my job by putting in gas, going to the restaurant, driving it to your house or to your brand new, unaffordable housing complex there on Brookhurst and Garden Grove Boulevard in an area that they could be building affordable housing. They have a brand new structure there where you can't park. They had a little loading zone in the middle of the complex. And her instructions were for me to go and drop it off in some corner of the complex. Was just enormous, carrying 3 bags of food, and then to walk around and not know really where I'm going. The least the customer can do, knowing the driver's downstairs, is just come downstairs and get the order. I don't mind waiting a couple minutes, rather than walking and going in an elevator with a code. They don't care is what bugs me. We go into these new complexes, there's no parking. They know this. They know there's no parking. We get into the elevator, we can't go up and down the elevator without the code or a card. Maybe we could go up to the house, but then we can't go down. It's like, F you. You got me my order. Now you're on your own at the end. Knowing that she can't. And these little things happen, especially in the new complexes. The brand new, unaffordable Build Back America plan that goes from Washington to the states to the cities, and then the cities build unaffordable complexes. So the people that are living there are complete snots by the fact that they can afford $3,000 or $3,200 rent a month. The stupidity of a person to pay $3,000 a month or $3,500 when before that was a mortgage payment going towards your house, and then you can get that money back. They have it to where you're just paying the money in your rent. You never get that money back. The money's gone. That's what the CCP does. I don't want to start talking about politics, but the fact that I'm on the lower end and they're on the higher end, and then I just got shat on by a customer while they want to write a freaking review about how their experience was when they got their food and it was hot and their drink was satisfactory in a plastic bag that we wrapped it up in. I mean, I just don't understand what more. Why do I got to wait an hour to get my tip, number one? It's been 2 hours and it looks like she's not going to tip me. So either the tip gets taken away or they got a tip after they get the food. Both of it's wrong. The tip is supposed to be on the order automatically according to how much the food costs. That's it. Otherwise, it's discrimination. Nicole, you discriminated against me in my work on that call from Broadard. Straight up. I just want to tell you that you guys can write all the reviews that you want. I have 1,200 orders completed with UberEats and 3,500 orders with Grubhub. Completed orders with no issues. Ever have issues with these orders. The only issues I have is the payment not getting my delivery fee at $4.99 and my tips at 15%. An order like that should have been 20%. Honey, if you have to come downstairs to get your food, you should thank me for driving it all that distance. Like I said in the last take, if you're disabled, I don't mind going the extra mile and bringing you your order. I do it all the time. Just cut some slack when you know there's no parking. And in that case, like I sensed it, as soon as I was going to park my car when I called you, I knew there was a security that was on its way to see what my car was doing there. I just knew it. And then by the time you came downstairs, Nicole, he came and asked me how long I was going to take. Also being a snot. Did you call the customer down? His first question. So, Nicole, they're expecting you to call and come downstairs the way the apartment is structured, or the unaffordable townhouse complex that you're not owning, you're renting. Just ridiculous. The fact that I just felt discriminated by the structure of UberEats. I've called them. I've asked them to write it down. I'm going to ask you to write it down again. Do you have a pen? Please write this down. It's $4.99 delivery fee. One is delivery fee $4.99. Two, tips. Tips is 15% of the call according to the order. If the customer wants to tip more, that's fine. There's no dollar tips. There's no $2 tips. There's no cop-outs. There's no change your mind last minute. if they experience something's wrong, just call Uber Eats, but you still give the driver his tip according to how much the order is. It's not what you think he should get. That's discrimination. It's just discrimination. There's no other way to look at it. You're getting your money at your job, so why am I not getting my money at my job? You want to discriminate? There's something you don't like? Well, you didn't like the fact that you had to come downstairs. I didn't like I had nowhere to park, and I didn't want to take a chance of getting a ticket. Discrimination. I'm not going to sit there and take a chance of getting a $400 ticket or the car getting towed in a complex I'm not familiar with because you don't want to come downstairs. There was no place to park, and that loading zone was for packages more specifically. You could park there for food deliveries, but please don't make a big deal to having to come downstairs. I just don't understand the logic of this new generation that just completely sucks and thinks everything is for free and that everything should just be handed to them and that everything should just be like that way. And it's not that way. It's the way it's supposed to be. And you're starting to make these changes to where we can't make money in this economy. It's impossible to make money working for Uber Eats unless they're paying the full $4.99 delivery fee and the tips. Now, why is that? I'm here at Chevron gas station. It says $5.19, $5.39, $5.49. Now, do the math. Each call costs the driver $5 to $6 to do. So the $4.99, they negate each other. They negate each other. The only thing we make is the tip. So on that call at $100, I would have only made $15. If the call was $50, I would have only made $7.50. That was a large order. That was a $20 tip automatically with my delivery fee that was $25. I'm sitting here, it says $3.53. This is what Uber Eats did on how they paid me. I'm still waiting on the tip. I was close to the restaurant. I only got, it looks like $2 for the delivery fee, and then the miles, the other $1.50. That's what they paid me.